didn't realize I was live. We're back at the Sharjah Entrepreneur Festival because I have a friend today and I want to make sure I say hi and continue the conversation because she runs the female talent agency out here in the Middle East. And I met her about a year ago, and I think there be mutual benefits if she I can't find her YouTube channel, so I was like, hey, gonna suggest that we can help her become a YouTube creator and get more traction with her company. And I haven't seen her in a year, so I don't even know how the company is going, right? As entrepreneurs, some great months and some slow months, and it's all about meeting people and leveraging those connections and seeing what magic we can make from there. But today's not sunny. I think it might rain. Look at those clouds. I have not seen the rain yet here in Dubai or Sharjah or Abu Dhabi this trip. The last winter, January to March, it rained quite a bit. There was even mosquitoes. So anyway, Mike Duffy checking in from Don't Get Hacked Global Cybersecurity. We provide top-notch 24/7 technology support to C-suite executives around the world. What does that mean? CEOs, founders, busy entrepreneurs. There's so many scammers and fake tech support people out there that are going to charge you a lot of money and not provide you quality of service. And we're doing the opposite of that. We're providing you great quality of service, multiple languages, and we're helping entrepreneurs. We're leveraging entrepreneurs from around the world using my trusted face. Right? So English, Espanol, Urdu, Arabic, we got you covered. And today we're out here at the Sharjah Entrepreneur Festival, saying hi and meeting people. This is the outdoor vibe. There's outdoor lounges and couches and all that jazz. Actually, I'm gonna go walk into the other room before I go in. My friend, I think, is leading a panel in this room. Yeah, I haven't been in that room, so I'm gonna go over to that room first. So here's the outdoor food choices. Coffee, of course. Looks like noodles. Looks like we got some ice cream options. Brisket. Souvlaki. I'm in Sharjah today at the Entrepreneur Festival.
Maybe that person has, for example, these are actual cases, a child with special needs, that they have other priorities right now going on in their life. They're not going to pack up and move all the way across the world because it is convenient for your succession plan to put person X in that role without even discussing it with them. So these are just some examples where I've had these conversations with leaders just to say, just get to know your people. So the simplest way, whether you're a startup, whether you're a small, mid-sized organization, is actually have discussions on an ongoing basis between the managers, between team members, where they speak about their goals, they speak about their aspirations, they tell you a little bit more about their life, what's going on with them, and then how they see their career path unfolding. So I think, yeah, just really get to know your people. Yeah.
I love that so much, and I think also part of empathy is the ability to listen. You know, do we seek to understand or listen to relate? I think it's something like that. Might have got it the way around. So Farah, if we look at back to the self-leadership component, because I really am a big believer that it all starts with us, right? And I really do believe in implementing habits and rituals on a daily basis, and these are so preventative for burnout and mental health. You know, meditation, walking in nature, gratitude, exercise, eating right. You should make it, we should make it our sole responsibility to feel good. Because when we feel good, that's when we become a magnet for opportunity. So Farah, you're actually one of my coaching clients. So we talk a lot about habits and rituals. What are some of the things that you do, or I know you've got a young child and your husband's here doing the filming. What are some things that you do in the morning that you can perhaps share with others?
So actually in terms of rituals and habits, it really also is contextual to what you like to do, what makes you feel good. So for me, it's what helps me is writing. So journaling is really a major part of it. And I actually try my best as much as possible to stick with it. Of course, with a child, it's not as easy, but I do journal in the morning and in the evening. And especially for the evening, I find that the most useful, and I often am able to stick with that more than morning, which is because I really do believe that before you sleep, you're actually programming your mind for the next day. So no matter how my day is going to start, whether I will have my 5 minutes alone or not, at least I've already set myself for success from before. And of course, it really helps me wind down because I also write. Not only do I think about what went well, what I could have done better, who could I have connected with, so I actually have clear prompts I follow that help guide that process. I just write down what are the top 3 things I have to get done tomorrow. That's it, it helps me shut down, and I actually get myself set for a really good deep sleep. Another ritual that me and my husband now started to institute together, we've actually done it a while, had to take a bit of a break because obviously our son keeps us on our toes, is just doing yoga together at night. So once it's quiet, it's also a really good way to get your body ready for rest. So it's even the way the lights are and just getting your body in that relaxation mode. So I would say these are my top 2 things I do.
I do Kundalini yoga, that's definitely not for nighttime.
Yeah, that's my favorite, and it just has impactful, I would say.
So, Dr. Ellie, you know, people are starting their biohacking longevity journey. I know you've got ice baths, which I absolutely hate, and infrared saunas, but how can someone quickly hack into, I guess, a better, healthy lifestyle? Would you say, what would be your top 3 things?
I have many top 3 things, to be honest, but I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it's all good and well to talk about being healthy, to stick to a schedule, to prioritize your health, all of that, but what about things such as making money, or I'm busy, or all of these different things that seem to come in the way of you being a better version of yourself? It's simple as far as I'm concerned, and hopefully you will agree with me. It starts with a foundation. If you think of your health, everything else is built upon that. The things that you care most about, the people that you love the most, the ambitions that you're trying to work towards, the journey that you are on, everything that you do can go crumbling down with one ailment. Now, isn't that priority enough for you to say, let me look at my priorities of the day. What do I do first in the morning? And here comes my answer for the 3 things. So the number 1 thing that I always advise people on is that if you are only committing to one thing that you should do, and I know you've heard this before, I would say sleep. So sleep is the number 1 thing you should be prioritizing in your health journey. And it becomes a habit. I'll give you quick tips as far as sleep. Number 1, make sure that the temperature of your room is between 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. the cooler the better. Your body needs to cool down in order to fall into deeper sleep. Number 2, darken the room as much as possible. Some people tell me, but my curtains is this, I live there. I say just blinders, just a little shade over your eyes. Number 3, make sure that when you're falling asleep, when you know what time you're going to go to bed, do not eat 3 hours or less than 3 hours before that time. Let's say you decide to go at 10, sleep at 10 p.m. 6, 7 p.m. is the last time that I would eat. Now, I'm a little extreme as far as what my schedule is like and what I do, but if there is one thing, that would be it. And remember, you or we are the product of our environment. You are what you eat. You've heard these before, right? You are what you think. All of these different things, and they're absolute truths. What you put in your mouth, how you treat yourself, where you are, how you sleep, all of these things make up who you are. And I can tell at you right now in the audience, I can to a certain certainty, which one of you really takes care of their diet, which one of you take care of their hydration, which one of, or all of the above, not necessarily just individuals, but all of the above. We do this to ourselves, and then when we are sick, all of a sudden we think to ourselves, how did that happen? I'll tell you how. It's small, bad habits over time that led you to the place that you are today. Be it headaches, be it IBS, be it hypertension, be it cholesterol, be all of that. It does not happen by chance. You've made that happen, and you could make it all go away.
You made it rain.
You made it.
Is it raining? I want to ask the audience actually, who here struggles with sleep? Oh, so most of you are okay in the sleep department, okay. Yes, I think sleep is so important. When we don't have a good night's sleep, you feel absolutely horrendous.
May I just say something about sleep? Because most of you didn't put your hand up. How many of you have 3 or more deep cycles of sleep? How many of you know that? Put your hand up, please. So that's few in the room. If you're not tracking your sleep, you do not know how well you're sleeping. Because it's all about the number of cycles that you're having and how many deep cycles you are having. So, you think that you're sleeping 6, 7 hours, I feel okay in the morning. All you have to do is have one good night's sleep, and you will remember me. You will remember me in the morning when you think to yourself, oh my God, this is how it feels. So, prioritize it, please.
Love it, thank you. I can't believe it. Scott, I'm going to shout louder now. So back to workplaces, mental health, new generations. We spoke in the green room about some stats around attrition, people leaving, why they want to leave. Just shed some light on that for our audience, please.
Well, again, it's the latest thing in the research. It's an annual survey that surveys thousands and thousands of people across the world. In this part of the world, in the UAE, and sometimes leaders talk this game about they think that workers are lazy, that they're not productive enough, that they're not working hard enough. Well, in this study, it showed that 80% of workers in the UAE were willing to work harder to help their company succeed. 75% of those workers were enthusiastic about working, actually far higher than the global average. But also, of them, 66% are looking for a new job. 2/3 of workforces surveyed are looking for a new job. So we don't have a problem with lazy workers. Come on, we all work in Dubai. We know how hard we work. See, even the above knows how hard we're working. We have a problem with management. 66% of people are looking for a new job, and that goes up when you look at the 18 to 44-year-old bracket. Now, if you're an organisation and you can't retain your 18 to 44-year-old talent that are willing to work harder for you than in many other parts of the world, I think you're foolish.
If I can just add to that, I mean, it just comes to show the potential we have in this particular region. And to bring it back to conscious leadership, this is where leadership needs to be there to help unlock that. And I think this is where the missed opportunity, and there's a big gap that we really need to close.
There was a study of 100 different studies into well-being, organisations that had embraced well-being and brought it into their companies. And the average return on investment across all of those studies was 317%. I mean, that outperforms gold, that outperforms most cryptos, a 317% return on investment. And we still have boards and chief financial officers and CEOs that are resistant to a well-being conversation. It seems absolute madness to me.
Yeah, I agree. And that leads me on to my next topic of madness, or seems to be now, which is diversity, equality and inclusion. So we're seeing some interesting times with leadership globally. Shireen, can you talk to us a little bit about DEI, what your thoughts are, and how, we know that in this region there's actually 200 different ethnicities. How do we really create inclusive environments?
Yeah, I mean, this is a topic that I keep coming back to again and again. So on one hand, we think, again, similar to self management, we think we're doing diversity, equity, inclusion well because, now we are starting to focus a bit more on hiring more women in senior leadership roles. So we then stop at the gender diversity and we think, we've done our job, right? Tick. Like now we're focusing on, promoting more women and developing more women. Well, we're, again, going back to the human element, we're such complex creatures. So we're not dealing with machines. Yes, the AI revolution is here, but again, human beings are such complex